Good morning, all. Today's topic is history taking in ophthalmology. Starting from the demographic details, name and address of the patient. It is used for the purpose of the identification. Age and gender of the patient. This is useful for the noting down and ruling out the particular diseases pertaining to a different age groups and a particular sex. For example, presbyopia and cataracts. These are more common in above 40 years of the age. Age-related macular degeneration. It is also associated with the increasing age. Certain genetic disorders with fundus changes which present commonly at a particular gender. Occupation. Some occupations pose a threat to vision, for example, blast furnace workers and glass blowers, and people employed in the drug industry. These are more prone to the ocular injuries. People working in the lathe machines, welders, stone breakers are prone to foreign bodies in the eye, both intraocular and extraocular. Computer vision syndrome. This is newly emerging term seen in the computer professionals. Then coming to the history of presenting illness, each complaint should at least have these following points, that is mode of onset of and the duration, severity of the symptom, its progression, and if it is associated with the other symptom. For example, patient present with the diminution of vision means it is gradual or sudden in onset, its severity, its progression, that is progressive or non-progressive, or if it is associated with the other symptoms such as the redness of eye, watering, etc. Then coming to the past history, then allergy and drug reaction, family history, occupational history, and the personal history. We will go through this one by one. History of presenting illness gives information regarding the onset of the disease, that is whether it is sudden or gradual in onset, whether it is acute exacerbation on the chronic disease or the recurrence of the treated disease. Past history, past history of ocular disease. It may be related to the present disease. That is, if patients having the history of the blunt injury, which can develop cataract, also development of the hypema, or even rupture of the globe, or retinal detachment. Hypema means there is the blood collection in the anterior chamber. If a patient having the spring cataract and is undergoing on the treatment on steroids, then there is highly chance of development of the steroid-induced cataract or the glaucoma in both or both. In some patients having disease in one eye, there is highly chance of development of disease in other eye also. Examples are patients with iridocyclitis, scleritis, myopic retinal detachment, and the age-related macular degeneration. In the past history of surgery, it is important in amblyopia patient which may have history of squint correction. In patients with retinal detachment, there is history of lens removal or someone with hypotony following the glaucoma surgery. Question should be asked regarding the age at which the surgery was done. Was it followed by the another operation? Did the vision improve following the surgery? Okay. If the patient is using spectacles, then we should ask about the whether the glasses are for the distance or near or for the both vision. Then we should ask at what age the glasses were prescribed for the first time. Has the power changed since then, and how often and how much the power is changed? We should ask about the last time what was the patient's visual acuity. In the past history of systemic diseases, infectious diseases such as the tuberculosis, syphilis, leprosy, gonorrhea, diphtheria, meningitis, herpes zoster, herpes simplex, or HIV, metabolic disorders such as the diabetes or the thyroid status, and the autoimmune disease such as the rheumatoid arthritis, Ritter disease, or the Still disease should be noted. Now coming to the allergy and the drug reaction. Allergens. It can be exogenous. Examples are the dust, fume, pollen, as fur, nylon, wool, or the food. Endogenous or the drug related. Local installation of the antibiotics, atropine, pilocarpine, iodine containing drops, skin lotion, local as well as systemic anesthetics, acetazolamide. These are the examples of the drug related allergens. In personal history, smoking and the drinking habits should be noted. Patient's systemic condition should be checked. If there is any vitamin deficiencies, certain diseases are more common in that patients. And the maintenance of the hygiene should be noted. Unhygienic lifestyle and the overcrowding, these may cause infections such as the trachoma. Now coming to the family history, many ocular disorders have a strong genetic background, which becomes more prominent in cases of consanguinity among the parents. Examples of the errors of refraction, squint, glaucoma, cataract, dystrophies, that is corneal dystrophies, diabetic retinopathy, and the hypertensive retinopathy. Infectious diseases, some infectious diseases such as the trachoma may run in families because they are very highly contagious. Some maternal infections can be passed to the child. Examples are the rubella, syphilis, gonorrhea, AIDS. Now coming to the ophthalmic symptoms and their causes. Ophthalmic symptoms, they can be ocular and the non-ocular. Ocular divided into the visual, non-visual, and the mixed type. Now coming to the visual symptoms of the ocular disorders. Patient presents with the diminution of distance vision, near vision, distance as well as near vision. Patient presents with the diminution of night vision, diminution of color vision, field of vision also decreases, diminution of contrast sensitivity, diminution of vision in the bright light. Patient presents with diplopia, that is seeing double, polyopia, metamorphopsia. Metamorphopsia means there is distortion of the image. Photopsia, chromatopsia, colored halos, flare, photocopion, or the frequent change of glasses. If patient presents with the visual symptoms, the differentials are errors of refraction, anomalies of the accommodation, opacities in media, for example, vitreous hemorrhage, pathology in optic pathway, retina, or the choroid, disturbance of the ocular motility, neurological causes, amblyopia or amaurosis. Diminished distant vision, it may be unilateral or the bilateral, gradual or sudden in onset, or it can be associated with the non-visual symptoms such as the pain, redness, watering, or could just be a gradual without any other symptoms. Causes of gradual painless diminution of distant vision, these are the errors of refraction, that is myopia, hypermetropia, astigmatism, gradually developing opacities in ocular media such as cornea, aqueous humor, lens, or the vitreous, immature cataract, corneal opacities, vascularization of the cornea, or the degenerations of the dystrophies of the cornea. Gradual painless loss of vision also seen in the chronic optic neuropathy patients. Examples are the chronic glaucomas, primary, secondary, or the consecutive optic atrophy or drug-induced neuropathy. Chronic maculopathy, in these patients, they also present with the gradual diminution of vision. Chronic retinopathy such as the diabetic or hypertensive retinopathy, branch artery occlusion, branch vein occlusion, etc. or amblyopia. In the causes of the sudden loss of distance vision, this can be painful or painless. Causes of the sudden painful loss of vision, these are trauma, corneal ulcer, herpes zoster ophthalmicus, acute iridocyclitis, acute congestive glaucoma, or endophthalmitis. Causes of sudden painless loss of vision. These are the central retinal artery occlusion, retinal vein thrombosis, vitreous hemorrhage in front of macula, that is, it involves central division, macular hemorrhage, macular edema, retinal detachment involving the macula amoris fugax. It means transient loss of vision or cortical blindness, or seen in the malignant patients. Causes of the bilateral sudden loss of vision. It is seen in cortical blindness patients or patients with hysteria, patients with malingering, quinine toxicity, methyl alcohol poisoning, or patients with the uremia. The lesion in these patients is usually vascular, involving both the visual cortex. Then coming to the causes of the diminished near vision. It can be gradual or the sudden in onset. It is usually universal after the 45 years of the age, known as presbyopia. The causes of the gradual diminished near vision are the presbyopia, posterior capsular cataract, posterior polar cataract, macular degeneration, bilateral large corneal opacities. Causes of the sudden diminished loss of near vision, these are the installation of the cycloplegic, internal ophthalmoplegia, total ophthalmoplegia, spasm of accommodation, iatrogenic. Iatrogenic causes are the aphakia, pseudophakia, overcorrection of myopia, or undercorrection of hypermetropia. Okay. Diminished distant as well as near vision causes are uncorrected aphakia, pseudophakia, advanced cataract, corneal degeneration or dystrophy, macular degeneration, or uncorrected errors of refraction. Then coming to the nyctalopia, it means diminished night vision. It is broadly divided into the two categories, that is treatable causes and non-treatable causes. Treatable causes are vitamin A deficiency, cataract, post-refractive surgery, or seen in retinal detachment vision. Non-treatable causes are retinitis pigmentosa and progressive myopia. In coming to the diminished color vision, it is also known as color blindness. In patients with diminished color vision, the visual acuity may remain normal. Causes are genetic, most commonly seen in males, and acquired. Acquired causes are immature cataract, optic neuritis, macular degeneration, etc. Then what is field of vision? It is the total area in which the objects can be seen while fixing straight ahead. Diminution of field of vision is known as the scotoma. Means there is loss of field of vision. Okay. Scotoma can be central or peripheral, unilateral or bilateral. Blind spot is an physiological negative scotoma. Blind spot, it is basically due to the optic disc. Causes of the central scotoma, these are the optic neuritis, retrobulbar neuritis, macular lesions. Peripheral scotomas are produced by the lesions of the retina, optic nerve, or the optic pathway. Causes are advanced glaucoma, mostly primary open angle glasses, retinal dystrophy or retinal pigmentosa, choroidal dystrophy patients, patients with retinal detachment, patients with lesions of the chiasma, optic tract, or the optic radiations, or there may be drug-induced causes. Then coming to the diplopia, it means seeing double. In this, patients is two images of a single object. It is divided into the two types. If diplopia disappears by closing one of the eyes, it is known as binocular diplopia. And if diplopia disappears by obstructing the affected eye, it is known as binocular diplopia. Causes of binocular diplopia are paralytic squint or the restrictive strabismus. Unicular diplopia causes are recent corneal opacity, high astigmatism, subluxated lens, iridodialysis, displaced IOL, or the retinal detachment. Polyopia. Polyopia means seeing multiple. In this, the patient complains of seeing multiple images of linear or the crescent-shaped lights. It is seen in incipient stage of the immature cataract. Metamorphopsia means distorted vision. In this, patient complains that objects look distorted depending upon the size. If it looks smaller, known as micropsia, and if object looks larger, known as the macropsia. Lines may look wavy in metamorphopsia patient. It is seen in retinal detachment, macular edema, macular degeneration, or the central serous retinopathy patients. Basically, metamorphopsia means there is defect in the macula. That is, there is something pathology in the macula. Photopsia, it means flashes of light. In this, patient complains of flashes of light in the peripheral field of vision. This can be transient or recurrent. Basically, it is due to the retinal or the cerebral irritation. Causes are impending RD, that is impending retinal detachment, or the posterior vitreous detachment. Chromatopsia, in this light colored objects seem to be tinged. If the tinge is blue, it is known as synopsia, which is very common. If tinge is red, known as erythropsia, and if tinge is yellow, then it is known as xanthopsia. Common causes are recent aphakia, pseudophakia, or it can be due to some drugs. Then coming to the colored halos. These are rainbow-like halos seen around the artificial lights in dark surroundings. It could be unilateral or bilateral. It is basically due to the prismatic effect of the fluid on the cornea or the lens, which causes splitting of the white light into the seven colors. Causes are prodromal stage of the acute congestive glaucoma, corneal edema, incipient stage of cataract, or it can be seen in the acute purulent conjunctivitis patient. Glare, it means discomfort of the bright light. Causes are large pupil, myopia, use of mydriatic or cycloplegic drops, immature cataract, or it can be seen in recent aphakia patients. In the photophobia, it means the intolerance of the light. It is due to the associated with the forceful closure of the lids. Can be unilateral or bilateral, more marked in the children. Causes of photophobia: these are trauma, embedded foreign body in the cornea, interstitial keratitis, descemet membrane rupture, lactenular keratitis, acute iridocyclitis, chemical burn, or UV exposure, seen in the welding or the snow blindness patients. Causes of frequent change of glasses are keratoconus, central nuclear cataract, after cataract, chronic simple glaucoma, hyperglycemia patients, macular edema, and the subjective prescription of the glasses in children. Bilateral emesis. It is sudden or the rapid onset of the blindness, that is within 8 to 24 hours. Usually it is bilateral and complete. It occurs in acute nephritis patient, especially complicating pregnancy or the after scarlet fever patients. Amaurosis fugax, it is transient monocular blindness caused by the temporary lack of the blood flow to the brain or the retina. Onset is usually acute and the episode usually lasts for the several minutes. Now coming to the non-visual symptoms of the ocular disorders. We will discuss one by one. First is redness of the eye. It can be with pain or without pain. unilateral or bilateral, or generalized or the localized. Usually, it may be associated with the watering discharge, diminution of vision, or the displacement of the globe. Causes of the redness of the eye with pain. These are trauma, acute iridocyclitis, that is uveitis, keratitis, corneal ulcer, Rupert zoster, acute congestive glaucoma, episcleritis or scleritis, or endophthalmitis. Causes of redness of the eye without pain. These are the simple allergic conjunctivitis, spring catron, pterygium, chronic decusatitis, trachoma, or non-traumatic subconjunctival hemorrhage. Now in this, the chart shows the approach to diagnosis of a case with acute red eye. If it is associated with the pain and there is presence of the photophobia and the blurring of vision, the diagnosis will be keratitis or the acute angular glaucoma. If red eye is not associated with the pain and there is significant blurring of the vision, the diagnosis will be the acute uveitis. And if the patient with red eye without pain and there is relatively normal vision, the diagnosis will be conjunctivitis. This chart shows how to differentiate between the common causes of the acute red eye. Then coming to the watering from the eye. Acute watering is known as lacrimation. Basically, it is due to the irritation of the fifth nerve in the eye, adnexa, or the surrounding structure. It can be psychological also. Prolonged watering is known as the epiphora. Causes of lacrimation, these are the trauma, corneal foreign body, allergy, keratoconjunctivitis, corneal ulcer, proptosis, entropion, ectropion, trichiasis. Causes of epiphora, these are the lack of thermos, ectropion of the lower lid and the puncta, obstruction of the puncta and the canaliculi, chronic necrocystitis, columova of the lower lid, and the nasolacrimal duct blockage. Coming to the discharge from the eye, it may be from the conjunctiva, lacrimal sac, or the orbital sinus. Conjunctival causes are mucopurulent conjunctivitis, ophthalmia unitarum, the nuchal conjunctivitis, and the spring catarrh. In spring catarrh, there is ropey discharge, which is characteristic feature of it. Lacrimal causes are chronic decusatitis, blood discharge usually seen in the trauma or membranous and pseudomembranous conjunctivitis patients. Now coming to the dry, that is scanty tear formation. In this, patient complains about the irritation, pain, and redness of the eye. So, itching of the eye, it is very common in children, usually bilateral and the seasonal. Causes are spring cataract, acute allergic conjunctivitis, seasonal allergic conjunctivitis, etc. Then coming to the eye ache, that is pain in and around the eye. Pain in the eyeball, causes are trauma, iritis, iridocyclitis, acute congestive glaucoma, corneal ulcer, episcleritis, scleritis, endophthalmitis, and absolute glaucoma patients. Tenderness in the eyeball, causes are iritis, iridocyclitis, or retrobulbar neuritis. Causes of pain on movement of the eye, causes are retrobulbar neuritis, optic neuritis, or myositis. Causes of pain and tenderness in the periocular structures, causes are trauma, infective, chalazion, acute acrocystitis, sty, lid abscess, sinusitis, etc. Coming to the change in appearance of the eye. Narrow palpebral aperture seen in the ptosis, pseudoptosis. Wide palpebral aperture seen in the lack of thermus patients. In proptosis and exophthalmos patient, there is protrusion of the eyeball. Squint patient, there is change in appearance of the eye. Loss of eyebrow causes are idiopathic, senile, hypothyroid patients. In leprosy, burns and chemotherapy patients. Loss of eyelashes, usually the cause is idiopathic. It can be senile or seen in blepharitis, trachoma, and burns patients. When change in the color of the cornea, it may be due to the corneal opacity, blood staining of the cornea, blood in the anterior chamber, that is hyphema, or due to the corneal tattooing. Change in the color of the pupil, it is due to the congenital cataract, senile cataract, traumatic cataract, or retinoblastoma. Then coming to the change in the color of the lids. If the color of the lid turns into white, it may be due to the albinism, vitiligo, leprosy, burns, or due to scar. If the color of the lid turns into dark, it may be due to the birthmark, hemangioma, nevus, or due to black eye. If there is whitening of the eyebrows and the eyelashes, it is usually physiological or also seen in albinism patients. In the growth of the eye and adnexa, they can arise from the lid, lacrimal gland, conjunctiva, and the orbit. They can be benign or malignant, primary or secondary. Headache. It is the most common non-ocular symptom, followed by vertigo. Important ocular causes of the headache. These are uncorrected refraction, wrong glasses prescribed, accommodation in the convergence disparity, and muscle imbalance. Headache related to the distribution of the fifth nerve on the same side. It is due to the iritis, iridocyclitis, acute and the chronic congestive glaucoma, absolute glaucoma, endophthalmitis, panophthalmitis, ptosis, also seen in Torodhan syndrome, and oculomotor palsy.